My first award was as a poet in the house of H.H.Dr. Shawqi in Cairo. It was by accident that I was found as a poet. I sent 2-3 pages to translate in an institute here in Europe, and the man said, "Who wrote this?" I said, "Me." And he says, "Do you have more of this?" I said, "I have whole books full." And then he said, "Can I see it?" I said, "Sure." So it was in Arab. I made a beautiful Arabic dinner, and I thought, well, would you like to join us for dinner? And my children are there, and my partner is here, etc. And then he said, "You are above all poets." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yes, and I will prove it to you." So one of the kids, we were planning to go to Venice, and one of the kids got sick. And I told him that my whole vacation went into the soup, we could not leave. And then he said, "What about you joining us for a competition for poets in Cairo?" And I've never been to Cairo, so I thought, okay, why not? I love flying, so it's no problem. We'll take the kids, so we'll go there. And it was a competition of like about 600, 300 people in one huge house, like a villa castle on the Nile. My children, of course, had the time of their life. They ran after the camel, and they gave always their pocket money to poor kids on the streets and everything. And it was quite an awakening for them, how good they had it. And then, well, I gave few poems, and at the end I thought, what the hell I'm doing here? Because I heard all these famous names, like these books I read when I was a child, and I meet them face to face, like Al-Abnudi, Sayyidina Zainab, etc. And I thought, what the hell I'm doing here, And every time again I read a poem, I was crying. This was my first time in an Arabic country reading my poetry to people who understands, because my kids just don't understand, they're Europeans. So, and that was the reason I wanted to translate my poetry in the first place, to let them hear it. So they said the second place, third place, fourth place, God knows what. And I thought, let's get out of here. And they said the first place goes to Her Highness Mohiba KHALIL SHAWQI IBRAHIM. And I was like, my God, what did I do wrong? And then they said, no, you did everything right. What they said is that my language is very illiterate. It's Andalusi Arabic, and it's poetic. It's like music. And I stay in the description of my poetry. So there I was awarded, and when you're awarded in Egypt, you're awarded worldwide. It's like they make parties, like 20 teams of media waiting for you for an interview. I could never enter the streets or the hotel. And I even remember I used to drink, because I was Christian at the time. I took my martini and I went to a cafe. I took a martini and I took the martini, one sip, and I looked at the screen. I saw myself like 4 meters by 2, and I ran away. I ran away with the cafe. My second award was at the office of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. I've taken it from the hands of Dr. Jamal Sanad al-Suwaidi, who is always accepting all his VIP royalties or presidents or whatever. And then he said, "This is yours." And of course, I cried, because it was a trophy with all the Arabic sheikhs of Abu Dhabi, Dubai. And it was with a flag. It was the Liberation Day. I gave him, I love making Arabic art. I made for him the ship of the freedom with an Arabic calligraphy in it, which is beautiful in gold. It's the freedom ship, like the ships of Abu Dhabi, which they used to take for finding pearls in the sea, which used to be the tradition of Abu Dhabi. And when he put the flag with, I think, silver or gold was on the flag, I cried, because it was my first time that I see an Arabic flag put on my clothes as a present. And my third award was in the UN. I can carry on. ECOSOC, Korea, Egypt, India. And now I think my biggest crown will be the crown of Oman. Curial. So this is it.